What's good, YouTube? I am back, bringing you guys another video, breaking down the Wednesday, August 5th, 2020 slate on Fanduel. Let's get into it. Starting at point guard. At the top, you got guys like Ben Simmons, Kyle Lowry, Ja Morant. So, at the top, I definitely love Ben Simmons in a matchup against the Wizards. It's a pace-up spot for the 76ers. The Wizards have nobody that can guard Ben Simmons. I mean, I could easily see him getting a triple-double in this game. The only concern with this game is that it's a blowout. But even then, at 8K against this team, I think it's just too good of a spot to pass up on Ben Simmons, so I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. Moving on to shooting guard, got DeMar DeRozan, Caris LeVert, Donovan Mitchell, Fred VanVleet. So I expect the Brooklyn guys to be back tomorrow, so Caris LeVert at 7'4" is pretty decent. I like that. Donovan Mitchell at 7'3" in a pace-up spot against Memphis is definitely appealing. We know how good Donovan Mitchell could be. He played really well against the Lakers the other day. So I think at 7'3" in a pace-up spot against a bad Memphis team defensively, I think Donovan Mitchell is definitely one of my favorite plays at shooting guard today. Is there anybody else down here that looks good? Jordan Clarkson could be a valuable play at shooting guard if you want to save some money. 4,500. I mean, Jordan Clarkson's going to get his shots off. He had an absolutely horrible game against the Lakers. I mean, he was terrible. But that's kind of what you just have to live with if you roster Jordan Clarkson. He's going to put up a bunch of shots. He's going to he's going to shoot the ball a lot. You just got to hope that he makes it. You just got to hope that he makes them. But other than that, at shooting guard, nothing really that stands out other than Donovan Mitchell, Caris LeVert maybe. I mean, you could go to guys like Fred VanVleet and Shea, but I mean, I'd rather just stick to Donovan Mitchell. Moving on to small forward, LeBron James, Pascal Siakam at the top. I don't mind LeBron at 10-1. Matchup against OKC, so it's not the best matchup. It's not going to be a fast-paced game. I imagine it's going to be decently close, so it's not going to be like a blowout or anything, but LeBron has been playing terrible since the bubble started, so I don't know if I could justify paying 10-1, but I wouldn't be mad at you if you want to it. Tobias Harris against Washington at 6'9" is interesting. That price tag for Tobias Harris might just be too cheap in this spot against Washington. He's going to get a lot of run at power forward. I think it's just a good spot for him. Smash spot against Washington, like I said, pace up spot, so I like Tobias Harris at 69. You go to the Celtics guys, but the issue there is it could be a blowout against Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn played Milwaukee pretty good. I mean, I don't know if I'd take a shot on the Boston guys just simply because of the blowout risk. But other than that, there's not really much value down here. I could see you going to OG Anunoby, maybe for some value at 4-4. It's not terrible, but I think it's small forward. I'm just gonna lock in Tobias Harris just because of the matchup. So moving on to power forward, Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum at the top. Like I said, with Boston, just the blowout risk. I don't know if I could take the risk on Boston guys. But Anthony Davis at 10-5 I like. Nobody in that front court could guard Anthony Davis. Like, let's be honest. Danilo Gallinari isn't stopping him. Steven Adams isn't going to stop him. So 10-5, his price definitely has come up a little bit since last slate. I think he was 9,700, I want to say, or 9,500 or something like that. So his price has gone up like 1,000. But I think Davis could get you there, honestly, against OKC. There's just nobody to guard him. And the power forward position is pretty weak as well. So I think spending up for Anthony Davis is fine. I also want to mention Jaren Jackson's out with, what is it, a torn meniscus? The news just came out that he's out. Yeah, meniscus tear in his left knee, so that means guys like Brandon Clark and Joe Val are going to get a bump in use, not only usage, but minutes as well. So I like Brandon Clark as a value play at 4,900. If we take a look at Memphis's usage this season with Jaren Jackson off the court, Brandon Clark holds a 19.3% usage percentage with a 1.13 average fantasy points per minute. So I definitely like Brandon Clark as a value play at 4,900. Not the best matchup against Utah, but still it's a solid price tag for a guy that's going to probably see upwards of 30 minutes at least. So I'll just put him in there because I think he's also viable at power forward as well. And then at center, probably my favorite pay-up option of the day is Joel Embiid against Washington. Just like I said with Ben Simmons, I mean, nobody's guarding Embiid on the Wizards. Washington absolutely gets decimated at center, so I think at 9,500, this is just, it's a smash spot for Embiid, so I'm just locking him in, no question. I could see if you want to go to Jokic at 9,100, that's also viable, I imagine. I feel like Embiid's probably going to be more popular. Jokic is going to be like probably lower owned, so maybe that's like a pivot off Embiid if you want to do that in tournaments. But Embiid is just in a smash spot. Like I said, Joe Val at 7-2 is interesting as well. He's going to see some more minutes with Jaren Jackson off the floor. I mean, at 7-2, I think he could easily get you there. Jared Allen should be back tomorrow against Boston. He was out for rest, so I expect him to be back. Not really interested in him, though. But other than that, nobody else really that stands out. So these are the core plays right here. Some guys that I like for tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. Comment down below what your favorite play for tomorrow is. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm posting videos like this every day, breaking down the slate, giving my thoughts, opinions, the usual. Gonna be on the grind here for the next couple months. But yeah, have a good day.